You are now listening to 15 Minutes of Fame Radio.
Let's go!
You're doing two-on-twos, back to back, the day and the day after. And we know you for battling every 2 years.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
And what was the last battle you had? And that was
April.
in this year. So you about to have,
And then
Three battles.
Gaddis was October. We got started from Gaddis because that was October.
well, that's still, well, yeah,
I'm saying
yeah.
it's still
Considering
time.
you're gonna have 4 battles within a year.
Within a year.
And I remember doing an interview with you a little while back,
Yeah.
and you said I'm outside. You
Yeah.
planned on battling a little bit more.
And that's how these battles came about, the 2-on-2.
Right.
I mean, I wasn't even thinking about making them 2-on-2s when I said I was outside. Like, it was really one-on-ones, but shit just don't be going how I went. So, Gaddis happened. Then Geechee was supposed to be in February. So it getting pushed back, kind of just pushed things back for me.
Right.
So that happened in April. And then Gnome, it was supposed to be me and Vixen, but I said Vixen had the hustle battle. She said she wanted official first, so it didn't happen. So now, all right, I'm chilling. You feel me? I got a call to battle somebody, for October, November. So I'm like, if I take this battle in October, November, I'm gonna start writing now. But that means I'm not battling again after that. And I don't
Right.
want to do 2 battles in a year. That's whack to me. For me to say I'm a battle more, 1 more battle is not really a difference. So I had asked them, I knew about the New Orleans event, and I knew the card wasn't done. So I had asked, like, yo, me and officials should do a 2-on-2. But me and Lou was already set up though, so I already, you know what I'm saying, I was already good with that. And at this time, it wasn't the day after me and Lou. It wasn't that day. It was supposed to be early August. So I'm like, that's enough time for me, you know what I'm saying? So they asked who we want, and honestly, Funeral was the only people I could think of.
Love
You
it.
would have to
I
create a
love
new
it.
team.
Love it.
Right. So they was like, you know what? It's not a bad idea. Fast forward, we all got the battle, but now the dates keeps changing. The dates keep changing. And the date that they wanted before the 21st was a day I couldn't do. So I'm like, yo, why can't we just have the event on Sunday? We keep focusing on these Saturdays. Let's do a Sunday. You feel me? So it happened to be the 21st. You know, they was considered like, are you going to be able to do this? And I'm like, honestly, I am, because of where I was with the Lou battle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
how far you already
yeah,
in.
exactly.
Right.
Like that was, you know what I'm saying? Like that was already, like I could do that. So I'm like, yeah, I could do it. I'm like, it's me and official. We prepared for a 2-on-2 in a short time with 40 and Hart.
And did incredible.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, I could do it. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm challenging myself. I'm good under pressure, so I'm not even worried. This is the last stretch, and I feel really confident about what's going on with both battles.
That's the big thing for me, you know, being a Jazz fan since day one, was that we never had a bad performance from Jazz. You know what I mean? So when
I have like 2 that I don't like,
Right,
But, but even people don't even really say it's terrible. It's just
Right.
one of the worst ones.
and
you know?
you're no choking, no stumbling, you know what I mean? Like that's what we get from you, you know. And then of course people always go and say like, yeah, well, she only battled once every fucking 9 years, so how could she choke? Now with this, like, is there any like you saying like, damn, you know, like you could possibly fuck up your streak?
I don't think I will, because it's the same rehearsal process for me. It's just that one is one after the other, but it's not like, how can I put it? It's not like I'm writing the bars last minute. You get what I'm saying? Like I still had time to write the bars and memorize them.
Right.
So that's just really what it is. Like it was weird because I was telling the official like, yo, you know I write slow, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? We gotta start. And I'm like, I know she writes fast, but if we the team, then it's kind of like that. But I'm like, I write slow. She was like, Jazz, you don't write slow. You think you write slow. You just like shit to be perfect. I said, damn, bitch, you right.
Every fucking bar.
You
This
right,
is the way-
because like as I'm going over our rounds for Shuni and Fowler, I'm like, yo, I kind of wrote these kind of quick, like, you feel me? And it's like, but me, if let's say the battle was September, I would be perfecting it, like every single thing, where it's like, I kind of wrote this fast enough, and it's because I have the pressure on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I don't have the pressure and I have 2 months, 3 months, I'm good. Like, I'm writing, but it's like, I can chill. But if I know the battle's in the month, you know what I mean? So I think the fact that I had the pressure on me, it forced me to write faster. I do have a shorter time to memorize, but it still was enough time for me to feel comfortable. Like, I'm not about to be on that stage like, oh my God, no.
Do you think, maybe this is a fucked up question to be asking, but I gotta ask, do you think we're not gonna get a more powerful jazz that we're used to getting because you had plenty more time to write? Do you think now that the bars are just not, you know what I mean, like as hard, you know, as they normally are because of the time?
If I'm being honest, yeah, because I know that a 3-month jazz is different than a
2-year jazz.
1 month. No, 3 months mean a break for 3 months.
Okay.
Not this, the break don't mean shit. Like, I just didn't battle. But if I'm preparing for a battle, I'm gonna need my 3 months. But as far as the 2 and 2, I kind of can't really gauge it because I have a partner as well. So it's not all
less
me.
writing. Yes.
You feel me? We're writing together at
Right,
the end of the day.
right,
If I think of a bar, she can help make it better. So it's kind of still both about it. You know what I mean? But like I said, if I like with the 2 and 2 that we did with 40 E Hart, we had 6 weeks. If we would have had 2 months, it would have been better. Even though we was amazing, I know it would have been better.
Right.
And I feel like with the Shuni situation, if it was longer, we would be better. But like I said, it's hard to gauge. I didn't like this jazz in the funeral battle. It's hard to gauge that because it's 2 of us. You know what I mean? But we wildin' in both battles. Like,
Do you feel this material is better than you and Official versus 40 and E?
I'm gonna say that it's 2 different battles. It's 2 different battles.
Okay.
It's 2 different battles. Like,
2 different styles of people that you're going up against.
It's 2 different goals. It's 2 different. It's 2 different needs. This is our second go round. The first go round is different. Like, you know what I mean? The first go round is, yo, this is our debut. Like, what's up? What we doing? Second go round is like, all right, y'all saw us already. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely a different approach. I won't say it's better or worse, but it's definitely a different just end goal, if lack of a better word.
Did you see Funeral versus
C3 and Beretta?
C3 and Beretta?
Yeah.
Who won?
I gotta say C3 and Beretta because you know Funeral was choking.
How threatening was that 2-on-2? Funeral. How threatening was Funeral to now, knowing that you're about to battle them?
I mean, they was choking, so it's kind of like I like their material, but it just wasn't clean. I like their chemistry better than God Mode for sure. But you know, they choked too much. Like if it was just 1 or 2, you feel me? But it was just throughout the whole thing. So, but I mean, no shade to them, but that's kind of like we know that sometimes they choke. We know that individually. You know what I mean? So that wasn't a surprise. But I would think that because they're battling me and Official, that they probably gonna care more. You know what I mean? And not, fuck up like that. We main event, like, we main event. Like,
I love all 4 of y'all.
Yeah.
You know, so it's I'm looking forward to that.
I'm looking forward to
Looking
it too.
forward
I'm
to that,
excited.
so,
I'm excited. I know when me and Official first became a team, we was like, yo, we gotta battle Funeral. But then, the double impact thing never happened again, and it just never came about.
Right.
And I guess this was like the perfect time. Like, yo, Funeral. And whoop. And the card is fire. Like,
Yes.
I didn't know the card until like maybe 3 days before they dropped it. Like, I didn't really know who was on the card. So when the trailer dropped, I'm watching it just like, yo, like, oh my God. Like, Danny and Fonz is crazy. The only battle I knew was Drugs and Suge. That's the only battle I knew. But nah, that card is dope. That card is definitely dope. I see a lot of people saying they're gonna come out. So that's gonna be dope.
I'm there. I'm in the building.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm in both. I'm doing Maryland and then doing the same thing you're doing. I'm on the same flight as you. I'm sitting right next to you. First class.
Flying first class.
All right, last thing I gotta ask you. Let me stop.
15 minutes of fame.
You are now listening to 15 Minutes of Fame Radio.
Let's go.